Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Professor Said Hamid Firdos. I am HOD, Department of Education, Government Degree College, Changmarg. Dear participants and speakers, I am your moderator for today's session. It's my pleasure to welcome you all here in international virtual one-week faculty development program on tools and techniques in research that has been organized by, you are well aware, that has been organized by a Government Degree College Changmarg in collaboration with CAP Comarin Trust. Dear participants, as we know that today it's the fourth day of the event. So today we have two sessions, and for that we have two speakers as well. So let us start the first section. The speaker for the first section is Professor Dr. Faisal Fayaz sir, as he will throw light on blue book style. Before allowing Dr. Faisal Fayaz, please, all participants are requested to mute. Before allowing Dr. Faisal Fayaz sir for his presentation, it's mandatory to highlight his academic insights. Dr. Faisal Fayaz sir is CEO, Neuron Technologies, project manager in various global organizations, lecturer, Punjab University, Cambridge certified computer science teacher. More profoundly, he is a golden ambassador of 21st DG skills. Above all, he is an author as well and has published various papers. Plus, he's an editor in various international journals. There are so much in his name, and I have just mentioned a few lines about him. Sir, it's my honor to welcome you. Sir, it's my honor that I welcome you in this faculty development program, sir. Sir, a platform is yours. Just share your thought, sir, regarding your topic, that's blue book style. Sir, please.
Thank you very much, Syed Hamad Fardos Sahab. I am really happy that you provide a wonderful basically introduction to the audience of mine. I'm really happy always. Dr. Shoita always basically call me, invite me to deliver the lectures. So thank you very much to all of you. So without wasting any time, I'm going to proceed further. I'm going to share my slides. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I'm just setting one more thing.
Okay, sir, no issue. No issue, sir. Take your time, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So, without wasting any time, I'm going to proceed towards my lecture. So, today the topic of my presentation it's about the research way, or the you can say the formatting and the new thing which is blue book style. As you know very well that research is always having different you can say outcome according to the requirement. So region to region, their style, their citations, their methods, their methodology to present, methodology to get basically data or something else, each and everything vary from person to person and vary from area to area as well. So today the topic that we are going to cover, it's about US based and mostly it is used in law and in general citations of basically American or federal government as well. So we just write down journals, the white pages. Citation form used for law reviews and journal are in the white pages. So this one is the thing. So major difference between blue pages for practitioners and law clerks and white pages are formatting and font changes. So these are the basically main points that blue book it's a separate way to basically represent your article, your research paper or something like. But it's only used in your law articles or in the basically other things where the practitioners, law-based practitioners basically implement this formatting. You know very well that law or basically law field it's very important for every society. So if we just look at this thing, wherever there is a justice, the society will flourish. So due to this reason, American and European basically strongly focus to provide justice,
అంటే స్మాల్ ఫోన్
work hard on this thing that how they can make their justified system in the world as well. We are looking at many scenarios, many things that we have seen that they always basically focus on specific things. So if we just look at this thing, the white pages, italicizing case names, where you just basically your law review main takes case names, you basically put in italic. So wherever the references or the number or abbreviation where you are basically mentioning that whatever the case it is this. So here I also want to tell one thing that if you see ISO standard, so again it's a document where different rules, methods, and the system scenario have been embedded in a document, but according to a sequence. So same, there are different other clauses are available in each and every ISO standard according to clauses they basically utilized and can be implemented as well. So if we see ISO standard, it's just basically for machinery, for production, for the organization, or for other things. But on the other hand, this blue book style, it's totally depend on your judicial system, specifically in America and US as well. So they totally focus on this formatting in their law documents so that they basically follow this method. And again, we know very well that India and Pakistan, South Asia, it's all basically you know very well 100 year ago or 75 years ago we all received the freedoms, but again before that the British people ruled this continent, this uh, Pakistan and India as well, and they were their colonies. So same like rules and the documents was basically available in Pakistan and India still at this time. Only you can say only some of the minor changes were formed according to the basically government level, but 95% if I say the law clauses in India and Pakistan are the same. That's followed or implemented by British people. So same like when we see this thing that Columbus wants to basically wanted to come India, but due to some reason he reached to America and he discovered America. And this is the basically history description is available. So nowadays when we see the Americans basically totally like your British people, mostly rules, regulation, and if we say that second generation of Britons are basically in America as well. But again, America is the place where different societies, nations, they were mixed as well, and basically they become civilized in that area, and they basically get migrated in that America area as well. So British people, whatever they have, their justice and judicial system, their rules, they all basically implemented in different areas of the world. So same like Americans, they basically change some of the thing as they know very well that they basically having different cultural diversity reason due to migration of different people, due to mixing of different peoples, diversity, migration. So these were different problems or different reasons due to which reason they mold the judicial system to some extent. And we know very well that America is the advanced developed country. They are working on the new things to make the things rational, civilized, and to make the thing more. So American still focus on justice, and they basically give importance to the judicial system as well. So blue book system is basically Very important. Blue book style, research method or article method. It's basically very important. Its style formatting is very important for these Americans as well. And if we see their federal document, judicial documents in America, so we will always look the same blue book style will be there. So all the clauses, all the basically rules, regulation according to the book, blue book, it was basically embedded in that field. So you are looking here in law review main text case names are italicized. So whatever the basically main text of the thing, it's being italicized. It will be in italic format, and in this way, it's highlighted that this is the main thing. In footnote text, use ordinary Roman plain text for case names in a full citation, or for case names in a short citation when both parties are referenced. However, in the short cite format, when only one party is referenced, italicize the case name. So again, this one is just like judicial documents where one of the party and the second one of the party it's being signed, but they were having different formatting, you can say style, due to which reason when a person looked the basically judicial paper, the blue book style clearly tell that what it is. Also in footnote text, italicize procedural phrases in the case name. So here you can see that whatever the footnote will be there, again it having a specific italicized procedural phrase. Through that it clearly it can be identified that it is a footnote. It's having a specific font and something like. So here I also mentioned textual sentence in Southern Pacific Co. V. Jensen. So this one is the main text. So it's italic. Justice McDonald stressed the value of uniform law. So this one is normal. You are looking. It's not italic. It's not basically Roman or something like. And on the beneath of that citation C, for example, SPAC Co. So again footnote is there, which is italic, and it started with italic, and after that the normal text will be forwarded by that. So blue pages versus white pages. Practitioners brief. Directors manage the business and affairs of a corporation. So it means it's a brief document where the head of the department of the law system, he or she basically define in a right way. So law review article, directors manage the business and affairs of a corporation. So this one is the practitioner's brief document is there where you only tell about it, what is director thinking and what is the basically method is being described here. So the difference in a basically virtual way you are looking on screen, the basically blue and white way what it is. So numerals, when we talk about numerals, so it's just like that there are numbers or something. So R6.2A 88-89. In general, spell out the number 0 till 99 except, so spell out any number that begins the sentence, hundred, thousands or any number may be spelled out. So just like this, where you are telling the things in numbers and highlighting that what is going on. You are specifying the range. You are telling what is the starting number, what is the initial number, what is the ending number, and what is happening. So through numeric, we are basically providing the description of quantitative terms that what's happening and how it could be basically going on. So use numerals with decimal points, percentages or dollar amount, section or other subdivision numbers. So these are all the basically different, you can say, abbreviations of numeral system as well, where you can highlight it in which way you are basically telling the your number system, and quantitatively you explain all these things. Elements of a citation to legal authorities. R1 at 57. So this one is the thing where you just point out that what's happening. Citation to legal authorities are not placed in parentheses. So in Blue Book, you cannot put anything in parentheses. So for local authorities, you have to just mention straightforward, and in this way, you can tell that what is this. The three main parts of a citation are the signal, the source of authority, and a parenthetical explanation. So again, it's having three main parts. What is one is signal. So signal is this, that on what point the basically law or the education or the basically law order is being reviewed. What is the point on which this basically judicial matter is being opened or it's going on. Source of authority, who is the owner and who is the second one and who the other parties who are dealing with these things. And a parenthetical explanation where you just extra in an extra way you just mention that what is the explanation or something like. Some citations do not have a signal or a parenthetical explanation, but they all have the source of authority. So we know very well, we have seen a lot of judicial documents, we have observed that on that it's clearly that the source of authority is there, and source of authority declaring a message or a rule or law that it is being going on. And there is no one, it's a public message or the basically it's this rule or this direction for all people. So source of authority having full power, who is basically passing this rule, passing this law, that what will be happen and on what ground the basically law or the rule will be evaluated or what will be going on in such a way. Example of a citation with all three parts. So you are looking here 23C5 USC 553B 2000, requiring agencies to publish notice of proposed rulemaking. So one is rule of, basically one is your source of authority, and the second thing parenthetical explanation where you are telling that what will be going on, what is the matter on which basically this judicial system is going on and it will be discussed or something. And the main one is signal, that what it is. So citation sentences are used to cite authorities that relate to the entire preceding sentence. Citation sentences begin with the capital letter and end with the period. You are looking example here, United States versus Dodd. So this is the method. So you are basically telling who is the basically what are the parties are there. United States versus Dodd and 538, 5.2D, 980, 984. So these are all the basically other persons whose basically name are mentioned here. So citation clauses are used to cite authorities that relate to only part of a sentences within a footnote. So it means that capital letter clauses always begin with the source. So whatever, you would just look at the previous example here. So you are looking sources or signal is here, your United States versus Dodd. So in this way, you have to basically highlight that on what point or on what authorities or what are the basically major parties that are basically dealing with this thing. So again, this approach vary from place to place, vary from person to person. According to requirement, it will be different. So again, this one is the example that it's being highlighted here. A party asserting the attorney-client privilege must provide an explanation of why the items are privileged. United States v. Zolan, 491 US 554 1989, and must prove the element necessary to establish the privilege. Hawkins versus Stables, 148 F.3 D 379383 4 CIR. So this one is just like an example. So again, multiple pages, footnotes and endnotes. So as you are looking that this topic, blue book style, art while writing article, it's all your basically, it covers the specific domain of your law and judicial system. This thing should be cleared in your mind. It is not basically good or for production, for research, or for innovation. It's crystal clear that it is for justice. And most probably, if you just look at this thing, that blue book. So, blue, obviously, when you see the ocean color, so most probably it will be light blue. So due to this reason, they basically Americans they introduce or they basically make or form this blue book style for article only for specifically your laws and judicial documents. So everything is important here, but again they have a specific format according to basically mentioning that what will be going on, what will be the multiple pages, and what will be the footnote, and what will be the end note. So again only expert can judge or evaluate that what are the basically these things. If we see, layman cannot describe and cannot directly understand it what are these things. So when you have experience of blue book articles while reading, writing, then you can work more better. On the other hand, if we just look at this thing, if we give a blue book style to say someone to write down, so it's not a basically non-professional work. Only experts can work on this art style as well, blue book. And we know very well that experts having some expertise due to it, they have spent a lot of time on that thing. They know very well that what are the pros and cons, what are the ways, what are the etiquettes, what are the rules, what are the requirements. So every basically expert try to focus on these things. Reason this is a complete framework, you can say it's a complete standard to write down any law document, any law based judicial document as well. So we know very well everyone having the experience to see the judicial documents or something like, but again, British judicial documents, we people, Pakistanis and Indians, basically again, they did not focus on the development or to refine or to upgrade it the things, whatever the rules and the laws are available in 1800, they are again still we are having the same in our judicial books and in our justice in our courts as well. So every basically judge or judicial person or judicial expert, they focus on the different law clauses, and according to that they provide and they discuss that this will be the solution and it will be happen. But again, Americans always basically upgraded themselves. Reason, due to diversity of their culture, mixing of different nations, and they basically always ready to upgrade different things for making the things for making the system more better. On the other hand, if we just look at this thing, that normal persons or just like we are, that basically always our nation tried to basically survive in the world. They could not basically focus on upgraded things. They only focus on to survive the things, due to which reason upgradation process never ever have been started in India and Pakistan as well. And whatever we have, whatever British people, British rulers have imposed or have given to us, had given to us, it's all the same. We could not upgrade that item, that laws, that classes as well. Reason, our agenda is only to survive in the world while living. But they knows very well that for survival, updation is very necessary thing. So due to this reason, they are considered or they are advanced developed countries. Reason, they try to cover each and everything in their life, and they basically gradually, and you can say multidimensionally, they upgraded and they basically work on every field of life. On the other hand, when we see the law system of Pakistan and India, it's again same 100 year ago, 200 years ago, we could not upgrade that system. Even we could not change the classes for ourselves as well. Reason, we do not have time to upgrade the vision mission of our nation. And again, new term is being, which is digital divide, where basically it has been that advanced developed countries mostly provide the technology to some people where they want to basically want to see the development, and they do not provide that thing. So again, we do not have the concept of upgradation of our laws and law documents as well. So just look at this example 42 Gibbons, it's italic 455 F.2D at 356 57. So this is the basically complete description where you are mentioning that who is the basically, what is the signal, what is the authority, and what is happening in that. So I'm going to case citations. How do we take information from an opinion? William H. Smith, plaintiff appellee versus Emma K. Jones, and Peter Griffith, defendants appellants. So you are looking here that the case or the information in which way you can basically write down your information in Blue Book. Page 385 of volume 983 of the Southwestern Reporter, second series, decided by Texas Supreme Court on January 20, 1998. So this is the basically way where you are telling that what is happening and in which way the thing and the law and the problem and the collision and the, you can say, the difference or the matter, it all being described in a simple way. And if you just work on ISO standard books, so they are basically same like working in their classes as well, and transform it into a proper Blue Book citation. So upper one is general, and the beneath of that you are looking it's being summarized in Blue Book format. William H. Smith, it has been erased. Plaintiff appellee, it has been arranged. Only Smith is there. And versus Jones, Emma K, it has been eliminated. Peter Graves, defendants, appellants, it has been erased. So it clear that what is the volume 983 and SW Southwestern second edition, second series, 385 is the page and text 1998. So you are looking the upper one having 7 layers, 7 or 8 lines, but on the other hand in Blue Book format or style you are having in single line a complete high level description. So this one is the basically components of a case citation R10 at 95 94-118. V for verses. So you are looking, it's a compact form where you can basically minimize your words, and in this way you are just like a pseudocode, a symbolic language you are putting there, which is very precise, and if you are having the expertise then you can understand and read. Otherwise you people are unable that what are these, and maybe you will read or understand that thing wrongly as well. So Blue Book style, it's an expert way to write document for laws or law journal or judicial system as well. So again, I'm decomposing all the basically decompose all the parts of the Blue Book one line. You are looking here citation. So Billings is first party, V for verses, and Cotter is a second party. 562, it's a reporter volume number as you are looking. A.2D, reporter abbreviation. First page of case 462, pin site 471, where citation is available. Court abbreviation P, so it can be Peninsula or any other city as well, and any other city of court as well. 1987 year of decision, when this rule has been passed by this court on this year, by which parties, it's all the description has been available here. So I also want to tell one more thing. In judicial system, mostly cases are basically discussed, or judge basically find out the solution according to different classes of law. That what happened if same like case was there, so what the law or rule has been set for this dispute or the problem. So according to that, they mentioned each and everything. So decomposition of this blue book citation, it's clear to you that billing, second party versus reporter volume, first page, each and everything in a summarized form. And again, you would just look at the basically computer programs. So computer programs or instructions, same like method is there, where precisely you tell that what computer have to do. But here you are looking, it is giving the description that these are the parties and this is the volume number and this is this, and what happened in this case when the matter was this. So rules for each component of a case citation. So to put information about a case in proper Blue Book form, you must follow the Blue Book rules for each part of the case citation, because they appear first in the citation. We will start with the rules addressing case names. So every part of the Blue Book having its own rule. So it means that rules are not in, you can say, in Blue Book, all are generic. Each and every section having their own rules. According to that, it will be discussed. Cite only the first listed party on each side. So R10.2.1a at 9697. So omit all parties other than the first party listed on each side, one plaintiff, one defendant. For example, John P. Jones and Fred. So you are looking here, do not include ETL to show multiple parties or something like. So firstly, try to basically list down all the parties. Cite individuals by last name only. Do not include legal status of parties such as administrator, educator, plaintiff, defendant, appellant, appellee, guardian. Reason, in this way the case or the impact, or you can say the significance of the case, it could not be general. When you mention any your role or your designation, so in this way it can basically influence on the justice as well. Maybe judge will provide or give you any basically preference or benefit. So due to this reason, this blue book totally focus on refined judgment, where only the matter, case, signal, parties, it will be discussed. For individuals, omit their names and initials. So John E. Smith versus Jane P. Jones. So you are looking here correct one and incorrect one. All the basically way the style it has been written, and you are looking incorrect one and the correct one. Smith versus Jones, Smith versus Jones, Smith versus Jones. And in correct we are looking John A. Smith versus Jane P. Jones, Smith et al. V. Jones, Smith plaintiff versus Jones defendant. So these are all incorrect format. Incorrect format according to Blue Book style. Even they are not incorrect, you can say in real form, but maybe These styles were accepted and can be utilized by other style or research style as well while writing any article or writing any paper. So this is all about while writing a paper or article. This is a complete standard for law and justice articles or for that thing. So business name, in which way we have to write down. So you are looking here. This one is the class R10.2.h at 100. If a business uses more than one firm designation in its name, drop all but the first. So you have to mention only the first one. No need to basically make it second and the other ones. So in correct format, you are looking here while mentioning the business name, City Investment Company Corporation versus J.D. Johns. So this one is the wrong reason. Both the parties having their complete name, which is not good. So on the other hand, the correct format is this: City Investment Company versus Jones. Mean only the first firm designation its name and drop all the first. States as parties. States as parties. So this one is the class R10.2.1 F at 99. When a state is a party, use either the word state, commonwealth, or people, depending on which appears on the title page when citing to a case decided by a court in that state. So it means while mentioning state, this is the rule of Blue Book that you have to write down in this way. Only need to mention state name. Use the name of the state, that is Massachusetts, if citing to a case not decided by a court in that state. Compare Commonwealth versus Jones or this one. So with Massachusetts versus Gosnell 4 to 5 US 681 686 1976. So second is next one is this R10.2.1 F at 99. Omit city of and other similar expression. So these are the rules that we are going to discuss while writing, while discussing Blue Book style. That in which way you have to basically express the things and their significance. So, incorrect: City of Memphis, Tennessee versus Fred C. Jones. So this one is wrong. You have to just mention City of Memphis versus Jones. So there is no need to mention that on which city. Incorrect: Mayor of the City of Houston versus Howard K. Johnson. So the right one is Mayor of Houston. City name should be erased versus Johnson. So prepositional phrases of location R10.2.1 F at 99. Again, for prepositional phrases, what we have to do or in which way we have to write down this Blue Book style. So omit preposition phrases of location not following city or like expression unless the resulting citation leaves only one word in the name of a party or the location is part of a business. What is incorrect? Brown versus Board of Education of Albemarle country. So you have to just write down in such a way: Brown versus Board of Education. So there is no need to basically mention of the city name or something like. The United States as a party. So again, the advanced and the rational people always upgraded themselves and upgraded their thing, their rules, their laws according to the era, according to the time, according to the basically their requirement. Unfortunately, in Pakistan and in India, we always basically use our energy or use our potential in unnecessary things, due to which reason these two countries could not basically become successful in the world as well. And the reason is very clear, that they do not have time to focus on law, justice, judicial system, whatever the style, whatever the way it's going on, the system of country is going on, it's running and it's executing. But no one have to basically bothering on this thing, that there is a need to refine the things. Reason things have been changed in the world. Requirements are being changed day by day, and every time the things are being basically updated and upgraded as well. So this one is thing that we are discussed, that United States as a party R10.2.1F at 99. The United States of America is always cited as United States. So United States mean they are not basically mentioning not United USA, US, United States of America. They are only writing United States, that we have unity, we are one. So due to this reason, these different basically their states, they are following same laws, same rules regulation. Even California rules, California state having some basically different, you can say, judicial system, or they basically work on something like different. But mostly states of America, they are united and they basically think or work like a team, society, and they only think and focus on single nation. While on the other hand, they do not basically in any caste system or in any state problem or other things. Reason, they have basically finished their things, and they have focus on this thing, that we have to lead, we have to work, we have to basically focus on the latest problems and the latest thing. So I have seen one of the thing, that Americans always basically one step ahead of any problem, of any innovation and the invention as well. So here one of the example that I'm going to tell you, that ARPANET is a project which was introduced in America in 1960, and that system is just like your internet system that we are using nowadays after 60 years. So it means that Americans always be ready, and they basically keep themselves safe while working on advanced inventions and innovation. When they have seen that they have done their work and they have utilized and they have basically they have more than inventions and innovations for their nations, more 5 years or 10 years, they are advanced. But that government and that basically states do not highlight that things in the world. Reason, they want to keep themselves as a superpower. So we talk about the German mechanical machines, their turbines, and Russian machinery, and the other things. Even they have good outcomes, but Americans, they are basically having a lot of R&D. And one more thing that I have seen, that they do not basically now working on ground area. They always keep themselves busy on the basically advanced things in designing and implementing. As India and Pakistan is agriculture country, we are primarily goods producers. We are giving them food, fruits, or something. But on the other hand, what would the things we are getting? The secondary products, which are just like machines, F-16, and different are, you can say, ammunition system, tank, or something like. So it means that the superpower never ever want to basically that thing. They designed a system for their communities, for their nations, for their peoples, different. but they give the wrong picture to other nations. So I have observed one thing that I'm going to share, that British people basically, when they have different colonies in the world, they basically changed their mindset after First World War or before First World War. And they basically, the difference is this: they have learned this thing that to control on any human, it's the most difficult thing. Conspiracies, wars, battles, and protection, and sailors, or whatever you can say, um, the basically persons who are doing worse thing for the society in basically your different what are things, the basically the house where the basically prisoners are being kept. So they have learned one thing, that it is really difficult to control, to protect, or to save, or to capture, or to rule on a single thing. So they changed their mind. So they provided the best thing to their nations, to their community, and they changed the basically totally infrastructure of their ruling system. They put basically the image that we are giving to freedom, but again we have seen that we have different UN policies, different international rules, laws, or such kind of things, and there are many other restrictions on every country, and that's being imposed by America and the United Nations. But again, United Nations is the basically sub part of America, and whatever UN always give preference to America. So these are the causes due to which reason that America basically having humanity based approach, but they do not want that they become downward, so that they try to do justice with other people as well, so that they try to highlight and they basically make their judicial system so much strong. Few days earlier I was reading an article where I basically I'm going to discuss that thing with you people, that in Chicago, yes, in Chicago or Texas, so one of the state basically want to basically hang on our lady, which basically murdered in early childhood days, or you can say in the age of 10 or 12. But after that, she became basically a religious Christian person, and she gave lectures from the basically, you can say, violin house or something. And the punishment was basically imposed that it will be hanged on till death. So many basically the followers of that lady requested to the basically straight of the owner, or uh, to the basically main quest of the religious Christian Pope as well. Even Pope requested that some relaxation should be provided to that lady. Reason, she has changed herself too much. She has become a good uh, religious person. She is spreading wonderful religious insight of Christianity and other things. But again, the state or the US justice system did not bother on all these things, and they basically uh, hanged that lady. Reason, they say that if we give one um, flexibility or one basically advantage to any sinners, then obviously such kind of concept will be spread, and in this way the whole society become full of sinners. So same like things we have seen in different religious system as well. But again, America totally focused that if a person did anything wrong, then punish should be given to that person. and they do not want to basically give preference or any basically can say advantage to the sinners as well. They want sinner free community, due to which reason nature and the god is giving them reward as well, that they have become superpower, they have abundant resources, and reason is this, where justice will be flourished or will be the highest priority. Obviously that society and that system will always rule on the humans, and we are looking this thing. So in remaining actions, if we just look at this thing R10.2.1a at 9697, actions involving objects such as land or goods are known as in rem actions. In rem mean it's remittances, you can say, but it is being short form it has been represented. Examples: condemnation proceedings or proceedings against contraband property, omit all but first listed item or group of items. Incorrect. In re 50 bays of hash, 12 cartons of coke, and one Twinkie. So this is all basically wrong. So there are different remittances, names or the things are there, but in small or in a precise form in blue book style, you are looking simply the right way is this: in re 50 base of hash, nothing else. So it means that blue books totally focus on precise and to the point agenda. They do not want to discuss or highlight or discussing or writing any unnecessary thing. Reason: if you involve internal and external more things, then obviously the things and the matters will become longer, and in this way matter can never be resolved. So due to this reason, blue book style writing article, it's basically very precise, short term, and you can see to the point, you can see the agenda. When real property is a property, then what happened? R10.2.1a at 96-97. When real property is a party, use its street address and omit all other addresses. So in correct format, I have mentioned that United States of America versus real property situated at 10 Maple Road, country of Alabama, Commonwealth of Virginia. So no need to write down all these things. No need to mention the whole detail. You are just basically writing extra words in precise form. You can just write down United States B dot 1010 Maple Road, street address is there. Use of the in party names. Omit the is the first word of a party's name, unless the party name is the king, the queen, or the name of an object in an in remittance action. So the Boston Globe versus James Smith. So the you have to eliminate. So Boston Globe versus Smith. Simple. It means that you are not talking about any specific person. You are discussing a common person. And Boston Globe versus Smith, they may be many in the United States or in the world. But whatever the dispute, law, rule, it has been discussed in this matter, it will be same like for others as well. Case name abbreviations. R10.2896. The Blue Book distinguishes between case names used as part of textual sentence and case names appearing as part of citation sentence. So case names in citation sentences are more heavily abbreviated than case names in textual sentences. So again, in citation tenses, you are basically making them more highly heavily abbreviated, like bolds or in capital letter or something like. Or in textual sentences, you will write other case names. Abbreviating case names in citation are 10.2.28, 101-02 tables T6 and T10. All words in case names in citation sentences, including the first word of either party's name, are abbreviated if listed in table T6 at 496-98 of the blue. So geographical units are abbreviated as indicated in table T1 at 502-09 unless the geographical unit is a named party, but remember, do not abbreviate United States. So in the book, in blue book, these are the rules that are fixed and it's for all. It's not for a specific person, and no, you can say leniency or advantage, or the basically you can say the small loophole in the law article as well. Abbreviate other words of 8 letters or more if substantial space is saved and the result is unambiguous. So if there is a need, then you can basically abbreviate that thing if the letter is more than 8 words. So in this way, you can basically manage all the things. Abbreviation of procedural phrases. R10.2.1b at 97-98 abbreviate on the relation of, for the use of, on behalf of, and similar expression to ex rel. This type of proceedings occur when one party is suing on behalf of another. Example: James P. Smith, Attorney General for the state of Mississippi, for the use of Jane P. Jones versus Fred Flintstone, is cited as Smith ex rel. Jones versus Flintstone. So in this way, you can mention while giving them right, complete information. You have to use abbreviated language. The next component of a case citation, the reporter. Now that we have covered the rules governing citation of case names, we will turn to the rules about reporters. You will need to consult table T1 at 233-306 to determine which reporter to cite for the decisions of the federal and state courts. So US Supreme Court cases. The official reporter for US Supreme Court cases is United States reports. So court cases are the United States reports of the judicial system. Mean they, whatever the case and the decision has been finalized, it's become a law for them. The Blue Book requires citation to US if the case is published there. Otherwise, cite to an unofficial reporter in the following order of preference: Supreme Court Reporter S.CT, Supreme Court Reporter, Large Edition LED or Large Edition Second Series LED 2D. United States Law Week USLW. Federal cases, very simple. So you have to just note there is no period after the D in 2D and 3D. Federal district courts, trial courts generally are published in the federal supplement. So state cases in this way you are looking here. Table T1 of at 248-302 addresses state address citations. States cases are published in several regional reporters. Atlantic, you are looking northeastern, northwestern, Pacific, southeastern, southwestern, southern. So these are all the simple are here. Public domain format. Many jurisdictions have made cases available on websites. So these are available. Table T1 sets for the required public domain format for states that have adopted one different form, something like. So in this way, you can get all the things on website as well. Citing page number, that what are the ways and what are the through that you can basically mention you page number. So covered case names and reporters. Move on to the easier task of citing page numbers. So simple, you are mentioning pin site or pinpoint site. The first page of document and the pin side page are separated by a comma. So in this way you can highlight 12, 14, 17. So these are the pinpoint side. As we learned previously, when multiple pages, consecutive pages are cited, the first and the last number should be separated by a hyphen, and all but the last two digits from the last page number should be dropped. So hyphen will be used while continuing page number or something like. Court, jurisdiction and date. So what are the format? I'm going to discuss this thing. You are looking here, table T1, T7, T10, all basically having its description. When the reader may determine which court decided the case from the reporter cited, you should not identify the court in the parenthetical. So citation must identify the court that decided the case. Example of when the court is omitted from the parenthetical. So White versus Clemens 562 US 342 316 1990. US only contains US Supreme Court decision. Thus, you must omit any designation of the Supreme Court in the parenthetical. So these are just like a sample. It's in front of you. Heard versus Neighbor newspaper and 190 GAF 756 758 390 SC 2D 279 281 1989. With this parallel citation, it is clear from the state reporter citation that this case was decided by the Georgia Court of Appeals. So you are looking GA, Georgia. So Georgia Court of Appeals, and in this way you must omit any designation of the court in the parenthetical. So common code abbreviations, it's written here, Federal Courts of Appeals, first CIR, no superscript here or below. Note second CIR, note third CIR. So it's a complete technical documentation, technical thing. Blue book, research, article writing, it's not a simple thing. It's very technical and just like your ISO standards like thing. Common code abbreviations, federal district courts, abbreviation is D. If a state contains more than one federal district, you must include the abbreviation to identify. So Western District WD and Rhode Island it is DRI. In this way you can mention. Spacing between capitals. So general rule on spacing that you close up all adjacent single capitals. There is no space between them. So you are looking here D dot R dot I, ED dot E dot D dot N dot Y. So in this way you can mention and write down. Date of decision, obviously the whole matter will be finalized and what it will be finalized, what is the court decision, you all have to basically mention. The date of decision is the last piece of information contained in the parenthetical after the case page. So in this way you can write down COX versus Abernathy 241F.3D. So for decision publishing reporters, use the year of the decision. For unreported cases and cases cited to a slip opinion, provide the exact date of the decision. So these are basically some of the things. When citing a case with different decision issued in the same year, include year only in parenthetical. So you basically have to mention only year. But if report or case is not basically, you can say there is a slip opinion or there is not clarity, then you have to mention the exact date. Pending and unreported cases. As I have already told you that in unreported cases, there will be the complete date will be there, not year. Date, complete date mean day, month and year. Sometimes you will need to cite to a case that can be found online or Lexis or Wechsler but has not been assigned to a reporter for publication. So case name, case docket number, database identifier and electronic report number, star page number, court and full date. So this one is the description you are looking downward. That Lexis 5088 at star 1 n.1 nd, and in this way you can mention. Pending and unreported cases. More examples. United States versus Highsmith. Number this one. You are looking the complete date 20th August 2007. So this one is unreported case, due to which reason you are mentioning the complete date. And beneath Quas Construction Company versus United States. So again, it having 8 April 1991. So screen or page number should be preceded by an asterisk. You can mention it. Short-term citation for cases in footnotes. So in footnotes, a short form may be used only if it clearly identifies a case that is already cited in the same footnote. Acceptable short forms include, so you can write down in such a way as well. The case name can be omitted only when the reader will have no doubts about the case to which the citation refers. So this one is the example beneath, you can see as well. So for the short form of case citation, use italic for ID and not for the case name when only one party is used. Short form cites for unreported cases, the example I have mentioned, Lexis example, Westlaw example. So long form and short form both are there. You may choose anyone according to requirement, but Blue Book mostly focus on precise format, short term things. Again, this one I'm skipping. So hereinafter, to use, place the word hereinafter and the shortened form in bracket after the first citation of authority but before any explanation. Propose amendments to the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure, hearing before this, and hereinafter hearing. So in this way you can highlight this thing. Quotations, whenever you take language directly from another work, you must place the language in quotation marks or where appropriate in block quotation format and provide an appropriate citation. When you place material in quotation marks or in a block quotation. So again, precise form, precise written, whatever you want to write, it should be according to the rules of Blue Book. So direct quote should be reserved for particularly unique or important language. So it means in any language you can mention and you can do this thing. Under 50 words, quotation of 49 words or fewer are placed inside double quotation marks. Quotation marks around material quoted inside another quote should appear as single mark. Always place comma and periods inside the quotation marks. Place other punctuation marks inside the quotation marks only if they are part of the matter. So quotation under 50 words. So you are looking example here that it is reasonably foreseeable that if one negligently operates a motor vehicle so as to injure a person, there will be one or more person sufficiently attached emotionally to the injured person that he or they affected. So it emphasizes it. So you can do this thing. Use a block quote, indent left and right margin, single space, and a mid quotation mark. For quotation of 50 or more words. I think my time is over. Uh, so it's very lengthy. Basically, I have prepared a long presentation, but already I think my time has over. So if you want to ask any question, you may ask.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Let's go for a Q&A session. Dear participants, if there is any query, please feel free to ask. Any query? Any query from participants' side?
So my
Any query?
at that I want to say one thing that the nations basically has become advanced countries while working on justice. So unfortunately, we are not basically have done such kind of thing. But obviously, we can hope that in future maybe someone or some persons could do in this regard. Yes, Dr. Kamasai. Yes, sir.
Professor, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, I am very much delighted and elated by your erudite and lucid presentation. I am professor of law in K University, Andhra Pradesh. I have some fundamental doubt whether the references and footnotes should be given in the doctoral thesis or LL dissertations at the each page end or at the chapter end. What measure, what's the course of action scholars have to adopt?
Sir, kindly repeat your question. I could not get it clearly.
Sir, the footnotes and references,
Yes.
whether should the scholars of PhD or LLM students should give at the end of the page or at the chapter end?
Sir, in Blue Books, it's better that it should be at the end of chapter. Reason is this: Blue Book style, it basically eliminate the duplication of something. It tried to make the things precise and in short form. We have seen different examples, and all the examples are basically in where the words have been shortened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There are three lines, so it has been eliminated, and some extra words and short symbolic languages were words were used, and in this way it become a single line. So they
Right.
focus on the main thing. Blue Book style is saying that no need to take extra factor and the extra things, only work on the major thing. What is the matter? What is the thing? And talk and discuss only that thing. No need to discuss that what it's happened, who did it, what the level of fear and what was the direction of fear. Just talk about the main thing. And this is the basic agenda of, you can say, book style is this, that they
Yes.
work the rational matter of problem. Rationally, they basically focus on that thing. And we are looking at these nations, European and Americans, they have become successful while working on justice and judicial system and laws as well. So this is the major cause due to which reason they are advanced developed countries. They did not leave any area. They worked on all the things, even its judiciary, its science, its art, math, whatever. They did not basically created conflicts among them. They are saying United States. They are not saying United States of Mexico, United States of New York. They are not saying this thing. Even if you visited USA, so single passport is being used in all states of the America, and there is no need of visa even states to states. If you go Atlanta, you can go directly California, no need of visa. Reason, they are providing the infrastructure, they are basically, you can say, the environment that we are one. We are humans, and United States is all for all.
On, sir. Thank you so much, sir. One more query, because fortunately today you being belong to my parent faculty law, just inevitably in the thesis, dissertation, etc., articles, we have to cite sections, articles, journal name, observation of judges, etc. But unfortunately, when put to plagiarism test, it is showing 80%, 90% plagiarism. But
Yes.
we can't, our paper will not be, thesis will not be complete without inevitably citing the observations of the judges and juries, etc., etc. If we don't do, the external referees may return the thesis. Then how to overcome this plagiarism menace?
Sir, again, there is a need to change the basically sentences, active voice, passive voice, synonyms you have to use. This is the only way. Reason, we have basically we have a huge difference between the advanced developed countries and between us. So they
Right.
have done. So when they have done, so they have fixed something, so that they do not want that we become their companion or we could be same like them. So
Yeah.
due to this reason, whatever they have done, they basically started this thing, plagiarism issue or something. Even some of the websites are available where you put your data to check plagiarism. So when you put it data there, so what happened? They again hack your idea. Reason when
Sometimes what happens, sir? Sometimes today it shows 30%, yet once tomorrow it goes to 40% or 50% hike,
yes, yes,
gradual
sir.
progressive hike in the plagiarism.
So that's the point I'm telling to you, that they have developed some fake plagiarism checking website where you put
Okay,
data
okay.
and automatically they basically get your idea and change the basically use your idea for other journals or other things as well. So there is again a rational brain mind. When we just single click on our keyboard, so we know very well that this single click is being recorded in Silicon Valley in America.
Yes,
So
sir.
each
Yeah,
and
yeah.
every click, it's being monitored, it's being recorded. So same like when you put your data in for plagiarism in any website, so what do you think? Your idea could not be read.
Yeah, yeah, you are right. So thank you so much, sir. May I know
Thank
your
you very much.
email, sir? Professor Sadia, sir. Your email, please.
Sir, I have mentioned, I'm just writing. Just give me
Ah.
1 minute, please.
Sir, one request for Dr. Kamasevam. Please, you mute your video when the lecture was going on, because it's very disturbing.
Now, madam.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I have already requested before the starting of the session that just mute your videos as well as audios.
So this one is my email ID, faisal.fias at the rate 21st century education.edu.pk. I also
Thank you so much, sir.
basically write down in chat box as well for your easiness. So anyone can be approached and can be sent message or whatever if you want to like. I'm available. Chat is not available at this time. So uh,
Is there any
dear,
query from?
can you allow me?
Sir, can you display once again? We could not see properly.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much to all of you. I'm really
Any more
grateful.
query from a participant side? Any question? Any more question? Okay, I think there is no query now. Sir, you nicely said that wherever there is just, society will flourish, sir. Sir, you define it beautifully, like blue peats, white peats, numerals, case citations, components, and like that. Sir, I love to hear you in future course of time also, sir.
Thank you very much, Sayyid Hamid, Firdaus brother. I'm really happy that I try to deliver whatever I have done or try to do best. So I hope that it will be beneficial for all of us. Thank you very much.
Exactly,
And
exactly. It's
thank you
benefited.
very much to the lovely audience as well.
Thank
Thank
you so much,
you.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.